I want to hear a story that's relatable to them. So if you struggle during that, I suggest you go upline and upline and upline until you talk to somebody who you need to talk to perfect that. Right, when you perfect that and you perfect that minute of connection, right, they'll be connected to you. They'll always remember you. All right, cool. How was that? Fun? Good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Broke through a little barrier, I hope. Now, I would like to also recognise some of the people in here that are really, really new into the business, and some of the people that have just come along and then sort of taking a look into it. I'd love that everybody's giving them a round of applause.
Yay.
Welcome them to the community. Fantastic to see so many new faces. It's truly, truly incredible. I know over the last 6 years, every time we go to conference and we do these sorts of things, it's always great to see new faces. So we're going to show a video now. It's going to be a great little video on the product, around the company and the product, what it is that Juice Plus is. I know for me, it's made such a profound impact on my life that I'm so proud to be aligned with this company, this product, the people here that you see up on stage and the leaders. It's truly, truly incredible. There is nothing like it on this planet. And you'll see that through this video. And I'm just really, really blessed that, we reached out and Abby shared it with us, and really the rest is history because, I've had 2 heart surgeries. I've been able to avoid a 3rd heart surgery, and that's so comforting to be able to tell my kids, and my wife that Dad's going to be okay. And that's because of everything that we're about, and that's a healthy lifestyle, improving other people's health. So DJ, we'll roll that video.
A lot of people today, my generation and younger, don't really know or have a connection to a farm. Back when I was little or my parents were little, people knew exactly where their vegetables and produce came from. So I think it's important that we try to explain to people where Juice Plus fruits and vegetables come from.
When I have friends or family that are shopping in a grocery store, I always make a point to go see where that fruit is grown. And I think a lot of people don't realize that this valley, the Central Valley, grows the best oranges in the world. It's for a reason. And it's not just me, it's my grandfather, it's everybody else that farms.
Our family has been farming peaches for 3 generations now, and we just love everything about farming.
This was not a cranberry marsh in 1987 when my father had the idea that cranberries were starting to become a popular food for particularly the health conscious. 27 years later, we take a lot of pride in feeding America what we think is a very healthy food.
I'm 2nd generation on this property. I have 2 children that are going to school for agribusiness, and they plan to take over the business when they grow up.
I really consider myself to be a steward of the soil, supplying the biology in the soil to what they need to make a really healthy, nutritious crop.
Most of our farmer partners are kind of in the mid-size range where they're large enough to supply the volume needed for Juice Plus, but they're also small enough to still maintain the quality.
The quality is what's important. Juice Plus makes a great product that people can enjoy.
I just love working with Juice Plus and bringing the consumers into my home, basically, and this is my field. I spend time to grow the best product that I can for Juice Plus, and this is just a great way to tell my story, and thanks for allowing me to do so.
Wow, what an incredible product we have, and without our product we wouldn't have customers, and without customers we wouldn't have a business. And I'm super excited to be hosting the customer caring panel, who these guys here are really leading, paving the way and leading the way in customer care, retention of customers, and they have some incredible golden nuggets to share. So I am going to first of all introduce Carla Shammer. Carla Shammer is an NMD in our Business of 50 Club. She's a personally qualified and has done for the last 83 months. She has over 50 customers with her and her husband, and she builds consistently with customers even after 8 years of being in the business. We also have Jessica Phillips. Jessica is an SC in the business. She started in December 2017. She started this business when she had twin girl babies. 2016. 2016. She also is a self-qualifier. She's teachable, she's committed, and she loves to be on social media to attract her customers. We also have Anika Klohesi. Anika is a QMD in the business. She has built consistently over the past 6.5 years. She has around 40 customers, and her thing is the Queen of Events, and she'll be sharing a bit about that. We also have Tabitha Blake. Tabitha has travelled all the way here to be here today. She's an SC in the business. She started in June 2017, made her way to SC in September. Her customer acquisition and customer care is Tabitha's strength. This girl had 60 customers in the space of just 5-6 months. She has a personal volume, get this, 5,478. Her stats are incredible. So guys, come on stage. Okay, awesome. We're going to start with Carla. So Carla, your question, you've got two parts of your question. The first part is, with one of the highest retention rates in the business, what do you do to ensure your customers love the product and never want to leave? And the second part of that is, 7 years in the business, you still put on consistently customers every month, and what is the simple tip?
So I think Judy touched on it before about rapport, and I think that's the biggest thing of all. I create a relationship with my customers from the get-go. So it's not just about having them fall in love with the product, they've got to fall in love with you. If you're the person they're going to deal with all the time, then you know they want to be able to feel that they can call on you and share things with you, and you've got to get interested in their life as well. So it's really just setting up a great foundation from the start, because people can tell if you're authentic or not. And if you decide to just sign people up, not really give them much, not give them value, not talk to them, but then all of a sudden, say 4 months, 8 months later, they're looking to not continue, and now you want their time, now you want to talk to them. They know you're not interested in them, it's for your own selfish reasons you're basically reaching out. So I just really make sure I go out of my way from the beginning. So that can just be from making sure they get their welcome email with any, documents that they have access to. I know a lot of teams have programs and things like that. I make sure they get added onto our customer care page. Their name and their number is in my phone. There's nothing worse than having a customer ring you up and you go, sorry, who's this? Their email is saved in my email. I have a database for all my customers as well. I send out any relevant documents, and I don't need to stalk them every day, but I make sure I follow up a week or so later. Has your product come? Do you have any questions? From the get-go, I know if they've got kids on the study, how old are they? What's their name? What's their reasons for it? Get interested in your customer's life. Know about them, because then you're going to know how to care about them. Then that's crucial, because every customer is different. So, and then from there, it's just the usual stuff. Maybe you do a once a week email. Maybe every 30 days you reach out with something that they're going to find interesting according to their reasons for being on the product. So I can safely say, in terms of the retention aspect, the reason I get customers that stay with me, or even if they've had to cancel for some reason and then come back, is a loyalty to me in a lot of ways. And that's what you want from your customers. They actually don't want to lose you. They want to be a part of what you've created. And I think that's it. It's creating a culture and a community, not just within your team guys, but within your customer base as well. Mine will feel like they're part of the Juicy movement, and they love that. They love that they get to feel they're part of all of that stuff. So I think, really just building that relationship with them from the beginning is quite crucial. And then what was my second one? I don't know why you asked the second straight away.
7 years in the business, you still consistently, but even like some people may say, like, oh, I'm drying up all the people around me. How did you still, after 7 years, still able to get that amount of customers coming in?
Yeah, I think in a few different ways. One is, come on guys, let's face it, especially now with social media, how can you dry out of people? We meet at people and see people and new people all all the time. So that's a BS story. Like, that's what you're telling yourself because you're not really willing to put yourself out there or actually look beyond the little circle around you. So cut that. So I have so many people I'm always meeting and interacting with. So I don't actually find that aspect hard because it's working through the numbers again, right? And then building relationships with the people that are coming into your life. And then also too, if you were good to your customers, they're going to talk about you, they're going to talk about products. And then when they do, who are they going to send them to? You. So referrals, that's another huge one. So there are people that come into my life that aren't necessarily straight through me, but they're through people I know. Sometimes I get people, customers to me when that friend isn't even on the product themselves, but a friend talks to them about something, you should talk to Carla, you know, so because they know that's my thing. So they're definitely two aspects. And also too, it's just no matter what happens or what's going on, and you hear this a lot, I've got a team now, I'm busy, I'm managing. Again, it's another BS story. You cannot control what other people do, but you can control what you do every day. And I was taught from the get-go, and I'm really lucky between, you know, Tamara and Bron especially, that customers are the foundation of our business. And if you don't have a solid customer base yourself, it doesn't matter what's going on in your team and lives, you don't have a strong business. You should be able to lose all your team tomorrow and still be okay to qualify or have a bit of income coming in based on your customer base. So that's why I fell in love with this business. It's to connect with people, it's to talk to them, it's to help them. So for me, I don't ever see how there's a point where you just go, I don't need to do customers anymore. Well, what are you doing? Isn't that the whole part of it? So I love that. I love that more than, I'll be honest, the other side of it. That's where I get to, you know, find my fire and fuel my passion. So I make it a non-negotiable that every single month I've got to put on a minimum of 5 customers, if not up to 10, or orders as such. And it's like you saw in the whole body language and everything like that. You know, I get excited talking about it and how I feel about it and share it. So therefore, it's not hard to have people go, I want that. I want to be a part of that.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right, Jessica, you are a busy mum. We're all busy, but this is fantastic. You are a mum of twins and you have a self-qualified business. It means that you have a solid customer base and retention. How have you built the customer base you have and how are you keeping your customers?
Hello everyone. God, I'm so Okay, so my expectation coming into this business was I just assumed that everyone was qualified. I assumed that everyone did what they were told. So come in, get to DVF, get to SDVF, qualify your business. I just thought that's what everyone did. I learned quickly that that was not the case. I've been told, and you've probably heard the phrase a lot, to be teachable and willing to learn. So I was totally teachable. I came into this business with my business hat on because I come from a corporate background and I didn't want to go back to the alternative, which was leaving my girls at home and going back to the office and doing that whole, you know, daily grind of getting up early, dropping at childcare, all that sort of thing. So I didn't want to do that. So I quickly learned that social media was going to be my way of doing this business because I'm stuck at home. I have 2 crazy girls that have just turned 2. Crazy as ever. So I just learned that Facebook was going to be my thing. I was not good at it at the start, by no means was I good at it at the start. But I started posting smoothies, I started doing lives, which are so much easier than getting up here and speaking in front of everyone. So do lives, God damn it. You know, I showed my lifestyle, I showed what I was doing, and the beauty of social media is that if you're not on there a lot before you start this business, and then all of a sudden you show up on social media consistently, you're going to be showing it everyone's feeds, and everyone's going to be like, oh, what are you doing now? I'm seeing you every day and you're looking happy and vibrant and you're healthy, you know, what are you doing? So the program that you're a part of, whatever that may be, there's always a program in the team that you're in. Promote that, show the results, show how you're feeling, how it's made you feel. And just post consistently. Consistency is the key, and you've probably heard that 1,000,000 times, and it's the truth. 2 to 3 times a day, every single day. even when you wake up feeling like crap in the morning. People don't know on social media that you feel like crap. So you can put on a happy face and pretend. I have to deal with 2 screaming kids most of the day, but no one knows about that. I just put on a smile and go, it's fine. So reaching out to people, and that's a huge thing. You have to just take down the wall and reach out to people and just talk to people. This business is about talking to people. It's not about thinking about talking to people, it's about actually doing it. So creating relationships is huge. You never just go in with the kill, you need Juice Plus. You know they need Juice Plus, but you have to create a relationship. Growing your friends on Facebook. So before I started this business, I did a huge cull. You know when you just go through your Facebook and want to get rid of all the shit people. Well, when you come into this business and realize this is a business, you want to attract people. So how do you attract people without stalking them and just randomly adding them as friends on Facebook, which I have done in the past, everyone's done. But I follow and am now coached by an amazing person called Simon Chan. If you don't know who Simon Chan is, he's MLM Nation. Go follow his page, go watch his lives and everything that he does. So what I do with him and what I do now is something called the CLAM method, so C-L-A-M. And what you want to do to build a relationship to them, add them as a friend, is go into any particular groups that you're associated with, maybe pick 3 or 5 that are aligned to your values, and go and comment on someone's post, go and like their post, add them as a friend, and then message them. This will alleviate the message you get back going, who the hell are you, do I know you? And then you have to try and think, where did I get this person from? So that's the CLAM method. You want to do that at least 5 times, 3 to 5 times a day. So you want to build your friends list 3 to 5 times a day. Then you probably all heard the DMO, daily method of operation, which I felt for such a long time. I had no goddamn DMO. My life was crazy. I just did things here and then everywhere. But again, being taught by Simon Chan, you want to do another method which is called 3, 5, 5, 5, 3. So you want to post 3 pieces of content, really good, valuable content, like what Luce Hawkins was just saying before. You want to make 5 new connections, which is the CLAM method. So 5 new connections every day. Don't worry about if they don't connect back with you, just 5 connections every day. Invites. You want to invite 5 people every day, and that might be inviting them to look at the product, it might be inviting them to look at a video, it might be inviting them to look at the business, wherever it might be, just invite. Then follow-ups, 5 follow-ups every single day. So as you're doing this every day, the follow-ups are going to come with the process that you're doing. Then links, 3 links. So you want to send 3 links or presentations, whether it's the product or the business, every day. So that's, if you follow that DMO, you'll be successful. It takes time. And don't get me wrong, sometimes this gets thrown way out the window for me because life happens. The girls wake up in the morning and throw everything out of whack. So you just want to do that and be consistent. Again, consistency is the key, is consistency. So conversations, what would a conversation look like? And another huge note, taking note of who's watching you. Facebook stories and Instagram stories now are massive. They are high on the priority list this year for Facebook and Instagram. So you can see who's following you. So take note of who's watching. Reach out to them if they're constantly watching you, just as a friend. Find what their pain is in life and try and find a connection. We have stories and videos for everything. You just need to Google it and YouTube it. There's something for everyone. Start a conversation. And this conversation might go over a few days, it might go over a few months, it doesn't matter. Then another method you want to use, which is done by Eric Worre, is the if I, would you. So you want to say, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? Yes or no? You're not just standing with it. Okay, yes, I'd watch it. Great. When would you watch it by? I will contact you then. So you're getting them to commit to actually watching something. Once you follow them up, Ask them what they liked about the video. Was there anything particular that they liked best? If you get the objection, which you probably will, take them back to their pain, take them back to why they reached out to you or what your conversation was to start with. Then to basically close a conversation, you want to say, you know, something along the lines, do you have any more questions or are you ready to get started? Full stop. That's it. So how many conversations are you having a day? Are you having 1 a day, 2 a day, 20 a day? The more conversations you have, the more you're going to get into your pipeline and the more it's going to flow out the other end. The fortune is in the follow-up, and you probably heard that 1,000 times. So believe that that is totally true. You will get no's along the way, but you will get 1,000 no's. But that's fine. That's what comes with the business. You have to get no's to get yeses. Customer retention. So I've had customers with me from the beginning, and then I've had customers that cancel. And you're going to get customers that cancel. It will happen. But what I do is just follow the normal Juice Plus guideline of customer care for the first 4 months, checking in on them through Messenger, you know, making sure that they got their product, how are they feeling, are they consistently taking it every day, are they remembering, contacting them when their next shipment is due. Don't be one of those people who just doesn't ever speak to them and all of a sudden they end up with 10 boxes and they didn't know why. Add your customer to a customer group if you've got a customer group, and then add value that way, just putting in videos, reiterating the fact as to why they're on the product, working on their belief. And then, yeah, just sending more emails, sending them ebooks if you've got them from your product group or whatever it may be, but just loving on them and just keeping that contact, even if it's once a month or once every few weeks. So I just want to leave with one last thing. And this is a song by Jim Rohn, and it gets me going every day. Don't wish for it to be easier, wish for you to be better.
Yeah. Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, Anika, next you have built a customer base for the last 6 years consistently. What parameters have you put in place to build your solid customer base and keeping your customer base?
Okay, so I think in this business, so often we hear about servant leadership and leading with your heart. And I think we do that, we always think about that with our teams, but we've also got to apply that to our customers as well and really bring them into the community. So even though they're not franchisees, they still want to be a part of something bigger than them. So that's why I utilise events quite a lot within my business. And the reason behind that is that I've got a lot of customers that have been on the product for a really long time, and they sort of forget what life was like before Juice Plus. They kind of go, after a few years, might be like, oh, hold on a sec, like, you know, do I really need to be paying this money every month for this product? So that's why I like to do a lot of events. And the events are really a two-pronged thing. One, so that they can plug into our community, they can meet other people in the community, but they're also hearing other customers' experiences on the product. So then they're always getting, I guess, renewed belief within the product. Also, by hearing other people's stories, they're also starting to think about, oh, who else do I know that suffers from those things? And then they can then refer and then possibly become franchisees from that. But the other thing as well with that is that we're adding more value to their lives. The whole thing with Juice Plus, it's the catalyst for change. And I think we've got to really take ownership of helping people on that journey and really bring them to, okay, what's your next simple change? So for me, my passion is health. So that's why I tend to do a lot more health-related workshops. I do like kombucha workshops, working on gut health, and then that's also helping the absorption of nutrition. Salad in a jar workshops, you know, again, upping their daily fruit and veg. And doing things like wine and wellness, fun things. But what that's doing is it's kind of gimmicky, like the kombucha can be quite gimmicky, the salad in a jar can be quite gimmicky, and so they're talking about it with other people. And the other thing as well, and I think the secret to events, is to have a mixture of current customers and potentials. So we always want to be building our current customer base. And by having the current customers there sharing their stories, it's social proof of potentials. And also by doing lots of different events like that, like a kombucha workshop for one person, they wouldn't be interested in that at all. But a stuff in the jar so you can have something quick and easy for work, ready a week in advance, oh, that's for me. So it's just appealing to different people's likes. So I think with the events, because Juice Plus is such a versatile product, you can really link it in with whatever your passion is. So I know one of the girls in our team loves meditation. So every fortnight she runs meditation workshops, and then it's mental health, physical health, nutritional health. We've got people that do yoga workshops, Pilates, that sort of thing. I just met Jade, wherever she is, and she's just linked up with someone that is an organic wine maker. And I was like, oh, I love that. Organic wine tasting and Juice Plus. I'm there. But really, the sky's the limit. Find your passion and integrate Juice Plus into that, because then it's not a job. It's something that you love, and it's sharing information and adding value to your customers and your potentials. The other thing with that as well is that so many times we think, oh yeah, we'll share the product with one person, and if they don't come on board straight away, it's like, oh yeah, okay, like they're not interested. But if we're plugging them into events all the time, then they're getting that repeated exposure, and they're starting to, sometimes it's 5 to 7 times that someone has to be exposed to something before they actually try it. The other thing we do is customer exclusive events, so just really loving on them and making them aware that we really appreciate them being in our business. So like at the end of last year, we did a raw high tea, where it was just champagne and raw nibblies, and getting everyone together, and it was just all about having fun. And then we want to organise like a yoga at Sunset Beach one. So do things that you're excited about and get your customers involved as well. I've got time. I've got a couple of things, but I think that'll be good.
Awesome, Nancy. Okay, last one. Tabitha at the end there. Tabitha, I think we all want to know what is it that you do to be able to attract that many customers over a very short period of time. So around 60 customers in about 5 to 6 months, which means consistently you put on 10 plus customers a month. Now you are also from a small country town. So what is it that you do to attract a customer?
Okay, hello everybody. Hi. I'm also very nervous, so bear with me. But I'm just going to share some of my tips and tricks on a daily basis that I do. One of my big things is I always post. I'm a mum of 3. I work full time. I'm studying. I do Juice Plus. So if anyone's trying for, it's not an excuse. You can fit it in. You don't need sleep. My big thing is in the morning, I post at 6:30 every morning. 6:30. Mums are out of bed before their kids get up getting ready for work. They're on their phone checking what's been happening over the night. Lunch break. First post, lunch break. Straight after, when I get home, I try and do a post. The next one is usually about 9:30 at night, because when mums put their kids to bed, they usually sit on the lounge in front of the telly and go, what's been happening? And that's where I hit them with what I've got to say. Which is a lot. If you've seen any of my lives, I do like to do a live. I try and do at least a live every single 2 weeks. And it's not JP related. I'm a dental nurse, so I did one the other day that was about brushing your teeth properly. And you should have seen mums that commented. I got a photo this morning from a relative of mine who was in Belgium. Her kids were in the bath saying, we're looking at your video and the kids are cleaning their teeth. So just got to be present. And my big thing is be yourself. You know, I've been in this business since June last year, and I mean, Naomi's massive. I love you. Tash, thank you for bringing me on board. Stacey, I watch Val, Abby. And I always in the back of my head think, I want to do what they're doing. But you know what? They're not me. I've got to be true to me and what I believe in. And I'm pretty in your face. If you talk to me when we're one-on-one, you'll get to know I'm pretty lots of energy. I'm a bit nervous now. So, but be active, be consistent. Do you know that in the last 2 weeks, I have put out 43 leads, sent seeds for 43 people. So my customer base is 60 at the moment. I'm about to double it if I can succeed and keep my Facebook posts going, my lives going, and people watching me. They're going to want to know what I'm doing for me, for who I am. So my big thing is be yourself, work out what you want to do and where you want to be. My second tip is goals. I'm very micromanaged with goals through work and JP. So every Monday morning I get up and I say to my boss, what are we doing this week? What are we going to achieve this week? Let's big picture, let's break it down into goals. So if you guys want to, expand your businesses and be the best you can, my husband, when I first started, I got to DVF, that was fine. Then he said to me, what are you going to do next month? I'll do 5, because I did 3. And he said, really? I was like, make it 10. And every single month, my second month I actually did 19. Woo! But that's because I thought mum a time for. So I did a meal prep videos, and all these mums were like, oh my God, I need what she's on. So 19 the second month, but I've consistently hit 10 every single month. And it's because you've got to be yourself. So set goals, set yourself a goal. I want to get 3 customers every single month. And you know what? When it gets to the 25th of that month and you have only got 2, you push yourself harder. Because there are people out there. I add 5 people every single day to my Facebook page. I've increased it from 600, I think, when I started, to 1,400. People that are on my Facebook page, I need to, you need to have new people, fresh people seeing you, because the same people get stagnant. They're not going to see, like, people that I've been friends with for 10 years are like, oh, who's she going to be? You know what? Haters are going to be haters. If they don't like me, they can defriend me. But this is who I am, and you've got to keep it fresh. So lives, consistency with your posts, and just be who you are and set goals.
Okay, I'm just going to do a quick fire round question and just keep it to either one word or one sentence. What is your number 1 tip of attracting customers? Number 1 tip.
Number 1 tip, I think just you've got to do the do. You've got to actually do the action. That's it.
I've got a tip on retaining customers.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it was retaining customers.
Sorry, sorry. Always strip feed them important information to solidify what they're taking.
What was that? Repeat it slowly.
Sorry. Always drip feed them important information to solidify what they're taking.
My biggest one would be get their health goals right from the beginning and keep checking in with their health goals and where they're at with them.
Mine is probably messaging them and keeping that customer care. You don't want a patient, make it work. You don't want a customer coming in and then in 4 months cancelling, because then you're like, oh, what happened? If you're checking in with them every 2 weeks or every month, you're going to know by the time their shipment gets here that they're good to go, or that they've had a problem that you've been able to help out, sort them out. So, yeah.
Carla wants to do hers again. Mine would be care about them. Treat them like a person, not a number on your reports.
Yes.
Fantastic. Awesome.